Well, I'm just gonna wait for a few people to get in here. As you can see the title, I'm talking about electric cars. Nobody's showing up, as always. Um, but I wanted to have an open panel discussion about it, you know. And I'm just gonna set out some rules for my channel. I don't want any drama. I don't want anybody talking about somebody else or disrespect for moms or disrespects toward each other. I want everybody to get along because I love everybody. I respect everybody, but it's time to get along, and that's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna give a few minutes, let some people get in here. If not, I'm just gonna nobody comes in. I'm just gonna end the broadcast and set it back for a later day. So give it a few minutes while I get my stuff up that I have. Hi Lenny, how are you? I'm just waiting for a few more people to get in here. Well, I'm pulling up my stuff. So I pulled up. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of electric cars. I brought it up. It's on my cell phone. I'm okay. I got my RRC jet shirt yesterday. Cool. I got mine too. Yeah, I got mine. It's purple and it's got RRC and his wife on it. I love it. It's a pretty purple. And I got an RRC sticker. Yeah, pretty cool. Still waiting for other people to come in. I am not gonna message anybody. They knew I was going live. It was set. So I don't want to bore you, but I'll talk until some people get in here. You know, I appreciate you coming and supporting me. So, do you have a wrench, Lenny? Yes or no? Because I was going to have you, if you had a wrench, I would have you drop the links in other channels or something. I know nobody's live right now, but just me. You think people would come on and look for somebody live? Did you get your cast off, Lenny? I hope I didn't freeze up. Because I know there's a lot of issues with StreamYard lately. I've been having them. Yeah, I'm lighting this over. Excuse me. We are live 3 minutes and 39, 340, and no one's here. Hang on, I'm going to text people. Oh, I'm glad it's off. Freedom. Let me see if I can text somebody. Well, since it's on my phone, I can't text anybody. So I'm going to start reading about the pros and cons of electric cars. It's important to recognize that electric cars are regularly changing and their technology is still evolving. When considering electric cars, pros and cons, more and more car companies are offering electric cars. It's important. That's good, Lenny. It's important to recognize that electric cars are regularly changing, and I probably read that. Okay, let me move up. Electric cars are those that use rechargeable battery powered engine in place of a typical gas engine. What are the advantages of owning an electric car? According to the environmental conscious websites like Earth 911 and Energy Sage, there are several notable advantages of owning an electric car, including they are better for the environment. Sorry, I gotta laugh. Electricity can be renewable resource. Gasoline cannot, which is bullshit. They require less expensive and less frequent maintenance. Yeah, right. There are special highway lanes in some places for electric cars. Yeah, okay. They are better for the environment. Many car buyers are convinced to switch to an electric car because they are better for the environment. Because fully electric vehicles, not hybrids, don't use an exhaust system. They have no emission without pumping any fumes into the air like gas engines do. Electric cars can help achieve cleaner and fewer greenhouses. Well, these dummies don't know when you get an emission inspection, you got to make sure there's no holes in your exhaust. So it's not hurting the environment, which is a bunch of horse shit in my book. Electricity can be renewable resource, gasoline cannot. Electric cars can be powered naturally with renewable resources like solar, wind, and water power. Gasoline, however, is creating using oil, which is a natural resource but not renewable for those who want to keep the renewable energy flowing even more. Having solar panels installed, what the hell has solar panels got to do with a damn electric car? Seriously? Solar panels installed to your home will in turn power your electric car in your garage. Okay. Electricity is also cheaper than gas. Bullshit. Electric cars typically cost one-third of the cost of gas-powered vehicles to run. Many electric vehicles also use regenerative braking to add to the energy that the car needs to run, which is completely cost-free. Yeah, bullshit. They require less expensive and less frequent maintenance. Okay. Without the use of a gas engine, electric cars don't need oil. That means no more oil changes. Also, you'll forgo any other maintenance and repairs associated with the traditional gas engine. Electric cars are typically easier on brakes as well as leading to fewer brake replacements, according to Autotrader.com, which is a bunch of shit. We all know that. We can keep promoting this shit. Yeah, electric cars, it'll have electrical problems. This is how stupid they are. Okay. They are quieter than gas vehicles. Electric cars run very quietly, especially when running fully on battery power. In some states, legislators have considered requiring electric cars to have noise makers installed to let pedestrians know they're coming. According to MYEV.com, the 2019 Jaguar I-Pace electric car adds engine noise to the vehicle when the driver accelerates quickly for the feel of a traditional engine. There are tax credits available for owners of electric cars. Original owners of electric cars can receive credit on their tax returns simply for owning a car that's better for the environment. You'll need to be aware of the fine print that always accompanies tax situations like this. And yeah, I'm questioning that too. Exactly. That's a good question. But you can get as much as 7,500 in credit in some states for certain cars. Specific makes and models receive different credit amounts. If you're interested in learning about what kind of credit you could receive, there are several online resources available. There are special highway lanes in some places for electric cars. Some major highways have HOV, high occupancy. That's a high occupancy. I can't say it. Occupancy vehicle. There we go. excuse me, lanes that can bypass traffic during rush hour. This is known as a carpool lane, but is also available to electric car drivers. Even if your electric car is just carrying you, you're entitled to use this special lane. Entitled, okay? What are the disadvantages of owning an electric car? According to plugincars.com, there are a few disadvantages of owning an electric car, including electric cars have shorter range than gas powered cars. That's one. Number two, recharging the battery takes time. Another downfall. They are usually more expensive than gas powered car. Bingo. It can sometimes be difficult to find a charging station. Exactly. And Biden wants to put a bunch of charging stations in. So just like I said a while ago, I said you're going to have to plug in your car every time you go. Now that's a pain in the ass, which is a freaking joke. And plus they're expensive. Yeah, like poor people can afford them. Shit. Another one. Number four, there aren't many model options. Bingo. Electric cars have a shorter range than gas powered cars. Exactly, which is stupid. Although auto companies are finding more and more ways to make electric cars go further, they still have a shorter range than traditional cars. Usually, an electric car can get between 60 and 100 miles on a full charge. Yeah, so, oh, if you want to go 500 miles, just think you'll be charging your car. Nobody wants to do that shit. Depending on the fuel efficiency of the car and the size of the gas tank, why are you saying gas tank? Some can make it up to 400 miles on a tank of gas. Now, didn't I just say that there's no gas a while ago when I was reading? Of course. So they're lying. They're contradicting them fucking selves. It make no goddamn sense with these damn electric cars. Yeah, and also if you're recharging the battery, filling up the gas tank might take longer, up to 3 minutes at a gas station, while the recharging the battery of an electric car takes much longer, depending on the model and electric car. And it could take 20 hours to fully charge. Wow. Who's going to wait 20 hours for a damn car to recharge? You'd be sleeping in that damn car all night for 2 days. Duh, 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 duh. Yeah, it does, Lenny. Newer and more expensive models can charge in a quickly as 4 hours. Who's going to wait 4 hours for a car to charge while they got to go to work or they're waiting to come home for work? Yeah. How stupid is that? Newer and more expensive models can charge as quickly as 4 hours, just like I said. Yeah, nobody's going to wait 4 hours either. However, having a charging station in your garage helps makes it more manageable, and kits are available to cut down on the charging time. Yeah, like everybody's going to do all that shit, and that's just more expense, money out of people's pockets, which is fucking lame. Excuse me. They are usually more expensive than gas powered cars. The fully electric charge models of the specific cars are always more expensive than their gas powered equivalents. Basic electric models start at around 30,000, with electric model prices climbing to 80,000 and more. Like, who's got the money for that? You got to be rich to have a car like that. Wow. Usually, a car buyer will pay at least 10,000 or more for an electric car than they would for the same type of car in a gas model. As technology continues to evolve, this price gap is likely to close. Hey, Salve, c'est la vie, my girl. It can it can sometimes be difficult to find charging stations. Some areas have lots of electric vehicles, EV charging stations in various parking lots and on the sides of the road. Not really in some cities. This is this isn't the case in every city. No shit, Dick Tracy. Rips road trips can be difficult in electric cars. Yeah. You can't take your home charging station with you on the road. No shit, Dick Tracy. More charging stations are popping up around the country as more people are driving electric cars. So this may not be a disadvantage for much longer. Some you gotta have the money, honey, and none of us do. We're poor as fuck. So you can shove that shit up your asshole. And also, there aren't many model options for that type of car. Period. Finally, car makers have been building traditional car models for over 100 years, but mass production on electric vehicles, as we know them, didn't start until the 90s. Ooh wee! With less with less of a history, they just aren't as many electric models available as these there are gas powered cars because some of them are fucking good. That's why. There are plenty of advantages to buying an electric car, especially if the health of the environment is important to you. Make sure you don't miss out on these incentives if you do buy one. I wouldn't buy one, so piss off. So if you want this information, it's at electric cars, pros and cons, car and carandriver.com. So if anybody wants to come up and discuss I know Salvi, you missed some of it. I'm going to put my stream link in here and get your thoughts on this. You want to come up on the panel? Okay, StreamYard, why are you being a dick? Yeah, I just think this is so wrong when these dum-dums don't realize, they want to put all these power stations in. Who wants to wait 20 hours to charge a fucking car and then wait for it, which is stupid. Come on up on the panel. Benny wants to talk about what I just read. Yeah. Then they got the pros and the cons, and they're just saying, oh, electric cars are good for the environment. These fucking dum-dums don't realize that every time you get your car inspected, you have an emission inspection. If something's wrong with your emission, they're not going to pass. I'm waiting, honey. Hold on, I'm getting you.
Hi.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I thought this was an interesting subject to talk about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just saying I just read the pros and the cons about it. The electric cars. Who's gonna wait 20 hours for a car to charge or 4 hours?
Exactly. If you're
And
on a
there
road
ain't
trip,
that they don't have.
that means you have
Go
to
ahead.
stop in a hotel and sleep for the night, so that's an extra cost.
Mm-hmm. And you know how much they cost? 30,000 to 80,000. Who
That's
can
not
afford
Teslas.
that?
Teslas aren't 30 grand.
And like Biden, he was saying, oh, I'm gonna put charging stations everywhere. Who wants to charge their car? And they only, they go for 100 miles, and then they want to go up to 400 miles. Well, somebody wants to travel 1,000 miles, they have to stop here. Oh, I got to sleep in a hotel for a couple days. More expense. I got to plug in my car till it charges so I can go. That's just bullshit.
But also the heavy metals that are required to build the batteries for those cars has a very high environmental cost. And batteries, even in phones and things, they wear out. In phones and computers, you have all that lithium. What are you going to do with it all? You have to get it out of the ground. Yeah, I mean, there's hidden costs that people don't see as a factor.
Yep, which is true. And then they want you to have solar panels on your house. That's an extra cost just to charge a damn car. Seriously. Hell, leave my cars alone. I like my cars.
Right. And even my friends who they have solar panels on their house, but they have a energy swap thing with the grid.
Yeah.
So if they need electricity, they can get electricity, but if they have extra, they can sell it or whatever. It's this weird thing. But then they had a glitch in their
Mhm.
system and they didn't have power for like a week. And like there's all sorts of complications with alternative forms of
Exactly.
energy.
That's why I don't care for solar panels. And now they want to do solar wind, and those solar wind things, they blow up. I've seen some blow up. Somebody showed a video of them blowing up.
Yeah, or they kill a ton of birds because they're spinning and the birds fly into them, and then it's just like a bird graveyard right around the
Hmm.
bottom.
Yep. And then you got to figure wintertime. Those things get free up,
Right, and
you know?
wasn't that part of the issue in Texas? They had a lot of green energy going on, but with the winter storms or
Hmm.
whatever, it all got shut down, so people didn't have power. The water pipes froze. Like it
Yeah.
did all sorts of
Yep.
other issues.
These people don't think. They don't think. Well, we're going to do this and that to help the environment. Well, just like with plastic bags to recycle them, they don't do that no more. They don't want straws. With straws, plastic straws can be recycled. Now, with glass, they stop. Like here, they stopped recycling glass. So now we have to
Really?
throw it in the trash. So that's still, yeah, yep. They sure did.
Oh, not in my area. I can still put glass in the
And here in
recycle bin.
Pennsylvania, yep, in my area, they did stop it. I was like,
Hmm.
what's next? You want to
Right.
talk about recycling, do this and do that, but you're stopping everything. You're not helping the environment. You want to bitch about the environment. Well, why stop shit? Don't make
Well,
no
maybe
sense to
not
me.
have disposable cups. Maybe you have to bring your own if you're going to go get a coffee. I mean, if you really want to get hardcore about it, like
Mhm.
reusable mugs aren't that expensive. But
Oh
no,
yeah,
they're not going to get rid of the convenience. They're not going to get rid of those plastic cups or, wax paper cups that you get your to-go drinks in. I mean, even
yep.
the other day, I was watching this YouTuber. I don't know which restaurant she went to, but her takeout meal
Hmm.
was in like this whole box filled with plastic containers that you took the
Hmm.
lid off, and it just looked like a buffet table. I mean, I have never seen so much waste for one meal in my life.
Yeah, well, they give like reusable ones, or like their microwave. I reuse them to put them in my microwave because I would get it from like Chinese, and our food would go into like the plastic, and they were reusable. So I wash them out, reuse them. If I want to heat up a meal, put it in a meal. It's like even if you're working, you can put it in there, put it in the microwave, and just reuse it.
Right? Or
I
just don't
mean,
eat
it's
out that
not.
much. I mean, honestly, just make your
I don't eat
coffee at
out that
home.
much. Oh, we don't even eat out at all. I don't.
Right?
I think it's been years since we ate out. Yep. I
No,
like
and that's the
cooking
same thing
home.
with the electric cars. It's like, okay, so maybe if we're considering gas usage or whatever, maybe people should try to drive less.
Yep. Yep. I would
Instead of
only.
like do your errands like 5 errands in one trip instead of like driving
Yep.
every day for a little errand. Or,
Yep.
coming home from work, you do your stuff. Or, instead of like, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I do. I would like. I wouldn't even go that far. I would just go to when I had to go to the doctors, and if I was out to the doctors and I need to get some stuff, I'd get it from after my doctor's appointment. Come home.
Exactly.
Save on gas. Save less stress
No.
on the car.
And that's the thing. Gas is not getting less expensive.
Hmm.
Our gas prices are going up. And so I think, I don't know, it just all ideological nonsense, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is nonsense. How are they going to put all these chargers along the highway and at every rest
Well,
stop? They
and then
cost 20 hours, man, to charge a car. Hell no, I'd be late for work. I'd be missing my vacation time. If anybody's going on vacation, just think of their family vacations. Well, there goes my vacation wasted because I'm in a stupid electric car and I got to charge it. Taking 20 hours. There goes my vacation. It's just that people don't think.
right. And if you have a power outage, you can't go to work if your car isn't charged before the power outage happened.
Yep. And if the grid goes down, you're screwed. You can't go nowhere. You're stuck.
Nah, I don't know. Just it seems so silly.
Yeah.
I mean, if people want to buy electric cars, I don't know why my camera, I can't get it to, there we go. If people
Exactly,
want to buy
Sue, and
electric
thank you and
cars,
welcome for coming.
yeah, no, if people want to buy electric cars and they feel it's important, by all means, they can do it. But to the freedom, that's the part where I get hung up on a bunch of things. It's like, if I choose to buy one, okay, but don't force me to.
Exactly, but nobody can afford them. Come on, 30,000. What they said,
Starting,
well, they said
starting.
the one is 30,000, 80,000, but they said there may be one that's 10,000. But who can afford any of that?
Well, even a
Nobody.
$10,000 car, like that doesn't seem real, because at a point where an electric car decreases in value to $10,000, you probably have to replace the batteries, which are very costly.
Yep, yep.
Because
And just
rechargeable batteries, they
and
wear out.
and then they say, well, it won't have a lot, it costs a lot to be anything. There's nothing wrong to be a lot of maintenance doing it. Bullshit. If something electrical goes on, there's cost there.
Oh, electrical is
It's
so
just they
much
keep
more
lying and
expensive.
lying and feeding it shit.
Yeah, I hear you. To find an electrical issue in any vehicle is so costly because you don't know where it's coming from. So you have to check the whole thing, and it's hourly. So it's very expensive.
Yep. Yeah. Unless you got a good mechanic with electrical experience and stuff, and they're cheap and reasonable, but that can get it very complicated. Ugh, I'm getting tongue tied today. Complicated with all that electric stuff that's in there, like, what the hell?
Right. And if your
And there
whole
ain't,
car
you
is
know,
electric, yeah.
yeah, just think with these our own vehicles, we can go to get cheap parts. You can go to like a place where there's junk cars and you can pull parts from out of there and it's less cost and take it to your mechanic.
But okay, that's another point that you bring up that I think is worth considering. Like, how many people know how to work on electric cars?
Exactly. That's another thing.
Because
Yep.
they're new, you know? I mean, even the
Yep.
hybrid ones, like the Preslas
Hmm.
and the Leafs and, the hybrid cars that can do both.
Yep.
But then you have, okay, another concern that I've heard about the hybrids or electric cars is they're so quiet, you can't hear them.
Hmm.
And I've experienced that in parking lots where people are
Yeah.
driving them and I can't hear that a car is coming by.
Yeah. Say you're backing out and you can't hear them come by. Boom.
Exactly.
Now they said they have the ones that I just read, like there's a noise. They're gonna make it like so there's a noise and stuff.
There should be for pedestrians and for,
Yep. Yep. Sorry, I'm drinking some iced tea.
yum, what kind? A black iced tea, like a sweet tea?
It's like it's lemon iced tea. It's got lemon in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a couple gallons. I always when I run out, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, no, it's finally gotten warm enough. So if I put some tea bags in a gallon jar out on my steps, the sun will heat it up for me
oh
then.
yeah, I used to do it like that, but I like I don't have time. I don't
Fair.
have Yeah, I was like, I was debating to go on or not and talk about it. I was like, what the hell? Let's go. I'll finish up my stuff later. Now, I just can't believe how stupid like Congress is and Biden is. They're buying this environmental shit. They're just too stupid to realize we have to pay for like an emissions inspection each year. I mean, that's part of it. But they don't think that. What if there's problems with these electric cars? Who are you going to get to work on them? You say they're low maintenance, really.
Well, they might
One
be if you get
faulty
them brand
wire in there,
new.
boom.
If you get them brand new, sure, you might not need maintenance. And that's fair with any new car. It might take 60,000 miles before you really have to get into anything because there's
Yep.
warranties or this and that. So, but at the same time, I just don't understand how quickly they're expecting everyone to transition, and if that's even possible.
Yeah, there's people that are living in poverty that can't even afford something like that. What are you
They
going to
can't
do?
afford
Steal their
anything.
car?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to do that to buses? Steal the buses? They'll probably do that with the buses. Who knows? Something electrical goes wrong and there's an accident. Da-da-da.
What about
That's what
emergency
irritates me about
responders? What about the police, the
exactly.
fire department, EMTs? Like, are you expecting them to switch over? Like, if anyone, we need them to be able to not have a dead battery.
Exactly. Because every life counts. Every second counts. They're not going to sit there and charge. Well, we have somebody and they're having a heart attack, or they can't breathe. They can't get
Oh,
to them
but
if
I'm
they have
sorry,
to charge this damn
my
thing.
battery's not charged.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's a good point, Salvia. It really is. They just, I don't get these people. They just don't think. They come up with all this technology and shit, and they just don't think things through. They don't.
Well, because I know Biden says he comes from humble beginnings, but I don't think that most of his life he's lived humbly.
No. No. That I don't like him. Well, we got 5 people watching. There was a few here. I guess they left. I guess we bored them with this talk. Maybe they can learn something from this. This is why I did, the options we have to think about, in the future, If they take away all our cars and we're stuck with these electric cars that we can't even afford, what are we going to do?
Use the bus, which in my area, the bus system sucks. And if the roads are too bad, they won't even come by my house.
Yep. Yep. And the bus, if that becomes an electric bus, I'd be scared riding one. I'd be like thinking, like the worst. Oh my God, this electric car is going to take over and kill us. That's the thoughts I get. It sounds crazy, but who knows? They could, kill people. Just who knows? Oh, and then they have these. They came out with these self-driving, trucks, tractor trailer trucks. Truckers were getting pissed. They said, "We're not using this." Oh no.
Yeah, I've heard about, what was it during the Super Bowl? One of the ads was about a self-driving vehicle. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you really going to put your life in that kind of risk?
Yep. Oh, they have the ones that park themselves. You ever see them?
Yeah, those parallel parking things. You just push the button, they'll parallel park your car with all their cameras and all that nonsense.
Oh, yeah. I'll trust that. What if that thing goes haywire?
No, because if that computer malfunctions, who's financially responsible?
The person that's in the vehicle.
The owner. Yeah, yep. Exactly.
Yep.
No,
I don't. Go ahead.
I just don't understand. Like, I do appreciate technology. Without it, like, you and I couldn't be talking right now because we live on opposite coast of America, right? So I do appreciate it in some ways, but in other ways, it's just like, I don't understand the need to be so reliant on technology.
Exactly.
Without having regular skills to back up just regular stuff. Like, what happens if the electricity goes out? Like, can you build a fire to cook your food like hippies did when the hurricane went through for weeks?
Yep. I mean, you can make a wood fire, or, they're bitching about charcoal. Charcoal is clean. It is. They used to mine that for years. I used to charcoal grill. I'd rather use charcoal over propane. Some people like propane because it's clean burning. But you get that nice sear when you use a charcoal grill,
Yeah.
I like smoking meats, low and slow. It's like everybody complains about something. There's always a problem.
Oh,
And
here's the interesting thing though, is coal has been discontinued in the United States, but in where I'm living, they're digging it from Montana, shipping it through my area. There's coal dust getting all over the place, and they're putting it out to ship to China.
Yeah, so they're taking it from us and say,
And it's like, okay, well, how is it? Does it matter where the coal is being burned in the world?
yep,
Or is it just because, isn't that why we stopped burning it? Is because it's not good for the environment, but yet we can ship it to somewhere else and it's not our problem anymore, but we make money on it?
yep, Callie, I won't either. Callie says, I would totes get a Tulsa if I buy an electric car, but I will never give up my gas guzzler. Neither would I if I had one. I miss my car. I miss having a car.
Oh, were you able to replace or fix your car?
No, that was total. That was totally totaled. It was a mess. It would have cost too much fix. I have 2,500. So yeah, getting there.
I know I didn't give you that much, but
Hey, that's fine. I appreciate everything. I don't like asking people, but it's like I can't do this all, man. I mean, I put some of my stimulus money, on it, each one that I could, plus
did you
the,
get that
putting,
1,400 one yet?
yeah, I had to pay some bills with it and then put the rest in a hiding spot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, toward your vehicle fund, yeah.
My nest egg word, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And I don't touch it where I can't touch it, do nothing to it. And so that's just saving. I'm just like trying to be, I don't want to dip into it for anything. I'm just praying everything goes right and I don't need to. But I want a car.
So have you
Yeah,
been
some
getting
of his
around like
friends
through
from school.
taxis or friends and
I have somebody that comes in and helps me clean. They also run me like once a week if I need to go out into the community. Yeah, to get things
groceries
done.
and
Or our friend will take me. Now I have a friend. He has a truck, and he's. I have all these cans that I take down to the recycling place and get money for. So there's a bunch of bags down there. He said, "Let me know." He said, "When I have some time, I'll come and help you." Now they won't take them down, but they used to let do it, open the bags and put it in themselves. Now they won't even touch them because of COVID. So now you got to open the bag yourself. Imagine having 19 to 20 bags in my basement. They would be gone because I usually take 6 and 6 at a time. But they got so piled up because of my car accident. No car. So he's going to take me, and you get money for that. Just think. I don't know what I got sitting there. I got to check the prices of, the cans, but you still get money for them. That would be going right in the savings with the car. I don't care.
yeah, every little bit counts.
Yeah. I like to save cans. Be your cigarette money, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but I just think it's a bad idea with these stupid cars. I really do. Nobody can afford them. They're not thinking about if there's a breakdown and like with the electrical system and what you're going to use a computer to fix it.
They do. Honestly, they do. They hook up that diagnostic computer thing and it
Yeah.
costs $150 just to charge that thing up.
Oh yeah. Well, you need this part. That part needs to be fixed. It's going to cost you a couple grand. Fuck you. You can keep your electric cars. He just says, no, I don't want to pile it up drain. I don't want them kids piled up. They're already taking up half my garage. They're lined up against the wall. No, I want to clean my garage out. It needs it. So once it gets warmer, I can do that.
So
and my neighbor,
has it been getting warmer in your area?
I think we had one or 2 days that were in the 70s. It was nice.
Ooh.
And I could
Yeah,
open up my
we have
windows
been.
and freshen up.
Yeah, we've been in the
They, it,
60s. Yeah.
now we're in the 50s right now, but it's like raining, and that's what I can't stand. Like I was supposed to cut my grass, I started cutting it. It started, like getting nice out, but it was still wet from all that rain we got. So our new neighbor, he came and he got, I had to fix something on it, that the metal piece that where you put the wheel up and down. It was all the way shoved down, so I had to get a piece of uh my it's a big metal screwdriver. What the hell, you adjustable wrench,
Mm.
and push on it to get it up. So it's fixed now. Yeah. So he went out and I cleaned some of the stuff off, grass underneath, and you always gotta take the spark plug off, the cap off that spark plug so you don't get shocked or anything. So I put it back on, and he came and he finished the grass. I was like, thank you.
Right.
Yeah. And I fell in a hole. I told him about this hole up front. Yeah, I almost broke my damn ankle. Yeah, it's a struggle when I do it, especially with my stomach. I get so much pain, and then you feel the vibration afterwards. You know what? I need a self with the remote control. Maybe I wonder if they'll be making lawnmowers.
They should do that.
Yeah, I can see me doing it. All right, it'll be all over the place. People say,
Those little vacuum cleaners that just go around your house all day long?
oh, the robots. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they should have a robot lawnmower.
Yep.
You just let it go wild on your lawn, and then it just takes care of it.
Yep. The lazy way. Hi Jojo. Dang, haven't seen you in a while, brother. Get your butt up here on the panel. If it works.
Yeah, I mean, if you have people backstage,
You
I'm
have
willing
to
to hop off.
recopy and paste it. No, why don't you? You can if you want to, if you got things to do.
No, I don't know. Like some
We're
hosts just
talking to
choose
him
to
first
have.
when I came up here, and it was really interesting. Go ahead.
No, some
You're
hosts just
freezing
choose to
up.
have one guest at a time for their internet and all that. But
No, it's fine with me. I can have 2 people up here, 3 people up here, as long as we give each other a chance to talk and stuff and show respect. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna go like, "Hey, Scrimshaw Rose, how you doing? Glad you can make it. You missed part of it. You're gonna have to watch the replay." So I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to afford those cars. I think they're making a piss poor decision. You got your pros and cons there. And like, like you said, you mentioned, who is going to be able to fix those cars? You know what I mean? If something
yeah,
goes wrong, they just don't think about that. They don't think ahead. We're going to jump and do this. We're going to do that. But they don't think about the consequences of there could be so much glitches in, with the electronics, and things can go bad.
no, I mean, I can see if it's like, okay, 50 years down the road, we want this percentage of cars to be electric. Like, I can understand a plan like that. I just can't understand, like, right this second, everyone has to switch over.
Well, that's what they want their future. What's next? They'll be wanting flying cars. Is anybody gonna be able to train to drive them? I'll be smashing in the buildings. I mean, I wouldn't want to get in a flying car because I'd be like, how the hell do I drive this thing?
Yeah, one of
No,
those
I'll
hover
stay
cars.
below, man. I'll stay below. I don't want to be crashing into the buildings. I can't believe this shit they're coming up with. Yeah, save the environment, all right. Well, tell people to stop throwing their fucking trash everywhere. Start putting up some baskets, like now there's places that, to the city, they have trash cans. You always heard, you seen those commercials, with the little owl, give a hoot, don't pollute. Don't be a dirty bird. And then have the guy and the Native American in the water crying because it's no. Don't be so lazy. Go to a trash can. It's just that people don't. Just like the one day I was just so disgusted. Him and I were going to an appointment and I had him in the car. And we were driving, like where the McDonald's is. This person pulls out. I don't know if he was pissed at the kid or something. Throws the whole thing of food out the car and it smacks right into my windshield. I was like, "You pig." That's just so wrong. If you're mad, take the food from the kid and just hold on to it. Don't or just take it home. But I can't do these electric cars. No one's gonna pay that amount. Not even 10,000. Just think, I wonder how much the insurance would be for those. That's another thing we got to think about.
Yeah, well, it might depend on the coverage that you have. If you have full coverage, or if you have a loan on the car, you have to have full coverage. But
oh yeah, but if it's a used one, you
or
don't
if
have
it's just
to.
liability.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking that could probably, even though they might up the rates, for those cars and insurance rates could go up. That's something to think about.
Well, that's another topic that I've heard of recently is they might be tracking your mileage. Like you put a device on your car to
Yeah.
track your mileage and you get paid or taxed according to how much you drive.
Yeah, they even said if you get an electric car, you get a tax break, 7,500 off your taxes. Now that's, they're saying that's a tax break. Well, how much? That don't mean nothing. Well, we'll give you a tax break, but what about if my car goes haywire and crazy and all this electric components go nuts? Who's going to fix my car? How much is it going to cost me or anyone else?
Well, so if you got a $7,500 tax break, but you don't owe $7,500 in taxes, then what?
Yeah, we got so much to think about. This is just like I said, Biden's way out of his fucking mind. They're all out of their minds. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this stream. I've got stuff to finish up, and before my husband gets up, I'm glad you came up on the panel. This was a great discussion. And
Yeah,
if
it's good
somebody,
talking to you.
everybody can go back and listen to what I read and stuff, and you can do some more research. Look into it, the pros and cons, the cost. Are there going to be issues with the cars? But I'm sorry, I would not buy one. I'll take my gas guzzler any day. Emission inspection gets done every year. Yada yada. Peace out. Love you. Thanks for coming, sweetheart. Goodbye, everybody.